Is 6 p.m. March 16th, 2026. I call the regular meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission to order. First order of business is pledges to allegiance. Start with the United States flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Okay. Is there any citizens out there that would like to publicly speak before we get into the meeting? No, I have one here, and the gentleman is going to speak during items 8 and 9. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, we're going to go on to the consent agenda. And I'm going to read all these at the same time, and then we can decide to either vote them all at one time, or if you want to take them individually, you can. So, item number 3, consideration and possible action on the P&Z regular meeting minutes of February 3rd, 2026. Item number 4, consideration and possible action on the acceptance of resignation for the Planning and Zoning Commission member Jeff Glaser. Item 5, consideration and possible action on calling a public hearing on a rezoning request related to 1 acres of tract 11 and 12, the John Corner Survey, Abstract 8, currently zoned R1 residential, to be rezoned I institutional as submitted by Cornerstone Community Church in Montgomery, development number 2510. Item 6, consideration and possible action on calling a public hearing on a rezoning request related to 5.7 acres of the western portion of Rigsby Ben J Tract 46H-3 and all of Rigsby Ben J Tract 39, currently zoned B commercial, to be rezoned I institutional as submitted by SPT Montgomery LLC, development number 2215. And item 7, consideration of possible action on calling a public hearing on rezoning requests related to 3.252 acres of Corner John Tract 57D, Ward Investments 01 RESA file number 20070006890. Currently zoned PD plan development to be rezoned I institutional as submitted by L Square Engineering. So we can motion all of these on or individually.
I'll make a motion to approve items 3 through 7 on our agenda. The only comment I'd like to make is just congratulations to Jeff Glaser. We appreciate his service on the Planning and Zoning Commission.
I second.
I have a motion and second for approval of all consent agenda items 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Ayes have it. Motion's passed. I also want to thank Jeff for his time he spent on the commission here with his great input and items that we came across. And I just want to, if there's anyone sitting out there that's a citizen of Montgomery or anybody watching this simulcast, if you're interested in seeing how the wheels of government turn on our small commission, please fill an application in and help us out here. All righty. We will move on to the regular agenda items. Item number 8, consideration and possible action by the Planning and Zoning Commission on the partial replat number 1 for Redbird Meadows, more currently known as Briarley, Section 3, Development Number 2006.
Good evening, Commission. So I would like to direct your attention to page 47 of your packet. Let's kind of give you some context as to where this is. So this is located within the Redbird Meadows development. Sections 1 through 3 were previously approved as Redbird Meadows back in 2024. As the development has continued on, they're currently in phase 2, which would include sections 7 and 8. As they were platting or going through the process of preliminary platting for section 8, they realized that they had additional land that was adjacent to the existing section number 3. And as you see on page 47 of your packet, you'll see kind of an outline of what was proposed as section 8, and that blue line on the left side of that exhibit. That was all that's what was included with section 8. Now, if you go to page 50 of your packet, you'll see that revised portion of section 8 versus what would be added to section 3. This is essentially just making it to where they remove that portion of red hatch that's on that page 50 exhibit and add that to section 3 of the plat, or section 3, excuse me. And so that would revise lots 31 and 32 on block 1 to have an additional 3,000 square feet. Ultimately, it doesn't change any of the requirements for the subdivision as far as minimum areas. They're still meeting the minimum area requirements, still meeting the lot width and depth requirements. It's just making it to where it's a little bit more uniform as far as what would be required for section 3 versus section 8. And so action tonight will be approving the partial replat of these 2 lots. And then again, for consideration, sections 8 final plat will be coming to y'all in the future for review and approval.
Do you want to speak?
What page did you, what is the map on? Did you say 50?
The revised exhibit, or revised replat, excuse me, with our markups show the proposed boundary of section 8 and what would be, if approved tonight, the current boundary of section 3. And that red portion that's hatched is what's being added from section 8 to section 3.
It's really only adding square footage to lots 31 and 32
Correct. So,
of section 3.
yeah, what is now going to be lot 1 went from 28,000 square feet to 30,000 square feet. What was lot 2 went from 28,500 square feet to 29,000 square feet. So again, these are pretty big lots, and again, meeting all the minimum requirements for the development, as well as the city's code ordinances.
I make a motion to approve the replatting number 1 for Redbird Meadows, development number 2006.
All second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second for the action taken on the partial replat of number 1 for Redwood Meadows, section 3, development number 2006. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Ayes have it. Item number 8 passes.
Thank you.
Okay, item number 9, consideration and possible action regarding request to establish a new coffee shop at 15325 Summit Park Drive, Suite 109.
Good evening, Commission members. So this item is for consideration and possible action on a special use permit. This is to establish a new coffee shop at 15325 Summit Park Drive, Suite 109. The location is currently zoned ID, which is Industrial Zoning District. The intended use is that everything is, in the industrial uses, everything is conducted within enclosed buildings. Light, smoke, dust, noise, vibration, or odors would typically not be objectionable to the neighborhood. So the proposed coffee shop is most similar to, as you would know, a restaurant use. Right now, the restaurant use is in the commercial zoning district. If you look in the table of uses, the restaurant is not listed as a permitted use in the industrial district. The Planning and Zoning Commission can recommend approval to the City Council by special use permit if this use could actually be proposed as part of the comprehensive plan, or that it fits within the comprehensive plan and that it fits around the surrounding areas. So when I reviewed this, the findings that I was able to get is that it is consistent with the comprehensive plan. It's a part of the planned growth, economic revitalization, so you don't have a vacant suite in the industrial zoning district or within one of the buildings. It possibly improves the quality of life because you'll have employees there, and the coffee shop would be able to support the existing businesses that are around there, any of the employees or any visitors of the industrial businesses that are operating out of that location. So under the review that I had, it's small scale, low impact. It will complement the surrounding industrial uses. I would recommend approval. There are a list of conditions that you may take a look at. You may remove some of them, you may modify them. It's up to you, but I did list a few conditions that you might want to consider. So keep in mind that the industrial zoning district is not as restrictive as the commercial district. It's a little bit more open to the possible uses that can go inside an industrial district. Let's see. I don't know if you have any other questions, but the business owner and I think the property owner is here and available to answer any of your questions. Or I can.
What are the hours?
6 to 8. 6 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Monday through Friday?
Monday through Saturday.
Closed on Sunday?
Closed on Sunday.
And how many parking spots are allowed?
You have pursued 15 total?
15?
15 per total, yes.
And how many disabled?
You have 2 on the front, yes.
2 of the 15 or 15 plus 2?
No, it's 52 parking spots in all the center, and 2 of those are on the front of the handicap. Yeah, disabled.
And you have a ramp?
Yes.
Outdoor lights?
Yes.
Fluorescent or regular?
Fluorescent?
That's a fluorescent, yeah. Yes, turn it on as soon the dusk, as soon as soon at 5:30 p.m. As soon as starting dusk.
Let me correct that, it's LED light. not fluorescent.
LED, is it colored or is it white?
It's a white.
Bright light.
It's for security purposes.
Commissioner,
Yes.
last night I took pictures.
Thank you.
Evening of the building.
Thank you, that's what we want to see.
Thank you.
So the parking that's there, is it ample for a coffee shop, businesses, and then a possible nail salon going in also?
So the way that parking is calculated in the industrial district is that it's based on the total square footage of the building. But when you look in the commercial district and you look at the required parking for businesses in the commercial district, it's different, it's calculated differently. The coffee shop would be calculated by the number of seats. The nail salon is calculated by its square footage. So if you look at this, the coffee shop, I think it's been reduced in size, correct? So it's no longer the 2,400 square feet, so it's half of that size now.
1,200.
Yes. I'm sorry.
1,200.
1,200 square feet. But you base it on typically the number of seating capacity for that restaurant. If you look at it, I looked at, let's see here. 1 parking space for each 6 customer seats, plus one parking space for each 2 employees at maximum shift. And they have approximately 48 parking spaces. I think I counted that on the site plan. At least 48 parking spaces
Coffee?
total.
Or copy and nail.
48 parking spaces total for the whole building.
That whole building.
For the whole building, calculated as an industrial use. The coffee shop, again, it would be calculated 1 parking space for each customer, 6 customer seats and 1 parking space for each 2 employees. Again, at its maximum time.
Can there be a coffee shop in an industrial zone?
So back to the zoning districts.
Yes.
The coffee shop is considered a restaurant. Restaurant is first permitted in the B commercial. If you look under the table of uses, I believe I added that on there. The restaurant is not listed as a permitted use in the industrial district. But with a special use permit, you can allow it in this location as long as it's compatible with the comprehensive plan and the surrounding neighborhood. And again, with the findings that I have listed on there for you, I believe that it can fit what the comprehensive plan is looking for. And again, the commercial district has more restrictions than an industrial district. The most restrictive zoning would be your residential, the single family residential. But industrial would be it has restrictions, but it's the least restrictive of all the zoning districts. So it isn't going from a less restrictive location into a more restrictive, it's actually going into the other way around.
Less restrictive, yes.
Yes, less restrictive.
In this case, I think it looks like you need a special use agreement because it does, the coffee shop will serve, how many businesses do we have in that entire complex? I mean, there's got to be some need there for coffee.
Yeah.
And there's quite a few
Yes.
businesses out there.
Yes.
And there is no drive-through, so you won't have that added
Is
traffic.
there a walking area to avoid the traffic if they come across that street from the other businesses from the other? Because it's on the corner, it's the last set of buildings, so.
Yes.
And it looks like there's lights coming in, so they're probably, TxDOT's probably gonna put the sign, you push and walk across.
Right. But
So I guess that
most
answers that question,
of the industrial is behind this building.
yes,
So you're not walking on 1097, you're walking on Summit Park.
yeah.
I don't recall if they had sidewalks.
They don't have sidewalks,
So,
yeah.
I'm just asking because
yeah, but
I have a
it's-
friend that works in the other industrial part, and they want coffee and have to cross 1097 to go to the gas station.
And this
So-
one here, they wouldn't have to cross 1097.
Yeah.
They would be on the same side.
On site.
On site, yes. Just around the corner towards that intersection where they're putting the lights in. And I think the coffee shop's hours is gonna be a little bit later.
6 to
than the
8.
donut, than the donut shop, because I
Yeah.
think the donut shop closes at 2.
Yeah. Is there a reason why it's open so late?
I can't think of one. That's what my husband told me to say. He's not here though.
Well, historically, you will find that coffee shops are also places of people gathering for socialization in the evening hours. Then there are some people that coffee doesn't affect at nighttime.
Is there still an exercise place over there?
There is a gym over there, yes. Can I speak to those hours again?
Yeah.
On the other side
Yeah.
of, like, the end of Summit Park.
Can I speak to those hours again? We have But, I'm sorry. We also want it to be a place for fellowship, for like gatherings, things like that. So that's the reason for the late.
It won't extend past 8 though.
No, no.
On a special use permit though, we could put stipulations in there for a time frame, whether it be on a Wednesday or Friday or Saturday. We can also put stipulations in there. It's for a 6 month, 8 month, 9 month, whatever those stipulations are to see how it goes.
Yes.
The lighting seems pretty bright, but I understand it's industrial, and when they built it, that's what they built it for, was industrial. I'm just letting you know what we can do as far as a special use permit. I mean, time frame, and we can put stipulations on it, then it goes to city council, and then they either rip it apart and redesign it and pass it or not pass it. So it's us as a group that have to decide if we're gonna do a special use, and if we do say yes, we have to decide if we're gonna do stipulations.
I mean, what the stipulations are on here, I would, agree to it 1 year. Then if it would happen to change ownership or something else go in there, then they would have to come in and redo it again. But I think,
Is that how long our special use permits go, is about a year?
Or change of ownership.
Ms. Tilly?
That
Or
is
change over?
That is up
Change
to
of
you,
tenant.
yes.
Okay. And there's a cost to a special use?
Yes, it is $500.
Okay.
How long is your lease?
How long is the lease?
You can tie it to a specific
It's more.
person or business
Yeah.
rather than a time frame. That's much
so
easier.
yeah, if you could get how long your lease is for, we could do it for that.
It's 10 years.
It's 10 years.
10
The lease is 10 years.
10 years.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
A 10-year-old coffee shop.
Yes.
A good coffee shop.
Huh?
A good coffee shop.
I like tying it to the tenant. Like, if they change the purpose of it, if we change, or if they move for whatever reason,
Yeah.
in lieu of them coming back in 1 year or 2 years.
No, we can.
Tie it to ownership, and then if they sell it, then
Yeah.
you could look at the permit use.
For 10 years, we're gonna give them the special use? Is that what you are saying?
Or if they moved.
That's a long time.
Change of ownership or change of business operation.
That's a long time, 10 years to give them a special use. Wear and tear, and if the business goes up or goes down, or if it improves, or how well they keep it, maintain it.
Well,
We don't know what the traffic's gonna bring. That 10 years is a long time.
Well, your special use permit's not gonna be for 10 years, it's just a permit. The permit will only change if you change ownership.
Yeah, but these are owners, right?
The owner, there's the owner of the business and then there's the owner of the building.
Right.
So they are two different owners. You might want to specify
Yeah.
owner.
Owner builder, are you the owner of the building?
No, they're the tenant.
Yeah, he's the property owner.
He's the property owner.
Oh, you own the whole property?
Yeah, and she's the tenant. That's what I'm saying is,
For the tenant.
this man is asking for a 10-year special use permit, and this lady is doing the coffee.
No. She's asking for the special use.
Okay, so then that's who we're putting the special use on,
Yes.
not this gentleman.
Correct.
Okay, but I still say 10 years is a long time.
Well, I hate for her to have to come back every year and spend
I
$5.
agree with that. I agree, every year is not a good thing.
Coffee shops, probably not too much margin on a cup of coffee.
I think the city manager here has a good point. The term of the special use agreement should be for the terminate with the
Change of ownership.
chain of command or the person leaving.
Okay.
Business ownership of business ownership.
Yeah.
I will say this is, and my name is Ron Zagowski. I'm the engineer on the project. And the equipment they're bringing in to brew coffee is commercial grade, upper end type equipment. So we got some very specialized coffee grinders, got espresso machines and things of this nature coming in. So the life on the commercial equipment's gonna be there for 10, 15 years at least. More so with your air conditioning equipment too, it's 10 to 15 years normally. So the equipment is gonna be there for the good part of the lease itself. As the engineer, I concur with city staff's recommendations to approve this, but we do want to make sure that y'all are very much satisfied with this coffee shop being there. And it does take a special place, because how many times have you ever wanted to have that special cup of coffee to get your Monday morning going? Yeah, where's the coffee now?
Are we okay with the lights?
Well, that's part of the building owner. And that
I
was,
think that's gonna start with the.
that was built with the building,
All
so,
right.
so there's nothing to do.
And the driveway in there, you drive up Summit, and then it's that first turn in, but you can also go to the second turn in down by the gym and come around, circle around, and the fire department's already been there to see that you have enough space to make those turns and come in. And is there enough for 2 cars to be coming and going? You know how you park, get your coffee and leave?
Yes, and just as information for the City Planning and Zoning Commission, we will be also going to the Montgomery County Fire Marshal's office and getting their approval, and their approval not only is for plan review, but they will go out and actually look at what is installed, dealing with fire lanes and life safety for the matter. And then the health department will also look at the facility.
When will that happen?
When we finish our drawings in the next 2 weeks, we'll be going to the fire marshal's office.
And you'll come back with those findings, right?
Definitely.
We're required to collect that information prior to building permit issuance.
It won't come back to us.
Right.
It goes back to city staff.
The city.
But we can find out about it.
Oh, yeah.
You can just say,
Oh, yes.
hey, we need to bring that up.
Right.
I just don't, I don't agree with 10 years. I would say 5 years, special use. But that's me on the panel, so 10 to me for special use is too long to keep up and evaluate it and changing of the commission in the next 10 years.
Or at change of business ownership.
Yes. Which that's sad if we can't keep a business for 10 years.
Yes.
Case in point.
I would request City Planning and Zoning Commission staff, members to consider the lesser of either termination of business or the 10-year lease, because the 10 years is a situation that they've already invested the money in. I think you as a city should owe it to whoever you're working with that this is a business owner and they're investing money, and this money turns into assessed valuation for the city. And of course, there'll be sales tax collected too. So it works out in a win-win situation if you will do a 10-year, or if it's less than 10 due to termination of business or sale of business, then that would be, I would propose the most practical way of going about it, and it provides some stability to the tenant there too.
I like the idea of a coffee shop. I like where it's placed. I think it's going to benefit that area. Like I said, I say 5 year for term of or sell of business ownership. So are you looking for our acceptance so we can send it on to city?
Just recommendation.
You make a recommendation with whatever conditions you'd like on there. I have written those 7. If you like all of them, modify all of them.
That's fine, and then just put the, what do they, 6 to 8? 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. You put that in there.
I have a part, very much, I do agree, it's harder to keep up, but I do slightly lean towards the 10-year. That's just me personally. It's how long they're planning to be there, what they're gonna sign on for. I feel like we can match that on our end. I personally prefer, rather than putting a time frame on it, just a ownership of the space or the business ownership, and change your business operations. That'd be my personal, but I'm open to ideas before we make a motion.
It's the cleanest legal way to do it.
Exactly.
But the time frame is a little difficult.
Yeah.
Well, I want it to go to city council so they can hear. I disagree with 10 years. I agree with 5 years and or term or sell a business ownership. And on your 8 p.m., are you strong on that 8 p.m. or you think you may go to 6 if your sales are slow, or the hours changes?
Yeah,
My question on a special
that's-
use.
Yeah. Yeah, it could change, yes.
And then, okay, all
At
right,
the moment, that's pretty solid.
okay.
Like,
Before we make a motion, John, do you have any preference?
No, I think we're,
Yeah, I think the
Discuss it to death now.
term of the agreement or,
I'll make a motion then. I recommend that we recommend approval. Sorry, I make a motion that we recommend approval to the city council for the request for a special use permit to establish a new coffee shop at 15325 Summit Park Drive, Suite 109, subject to the following conditions. To ensure continued compatibility with the surrounding industrial uses and consistency with the comprehensive plan. One, before I go into the rest of them, I'll say for the lesser of change of business ownership, termination of ownership, termination of business, or change in business operations. The use shall be limited to a coffee shop with the incidental food and beverage sales and shall not expand to include a drive-through or other high-intensity commercial uses without further review and approval. Hours of operation shall be limited to 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays unless otherwise approved to ensure compatibility with surrounding uses. All activities, including customer seating and service areas, shall occur within the enclosed building, except as otherwise approved through site plan review. The site shall comply with all applicable zoning, parking, access, lighting, and signage regulations. No outdoor speakers, outdoor storage, or outdoor sales shall be permitted. The applicant shall obtain and maintain all required building, fire, health, and safety permits. Any proposed changes to this permit must be brought back for review by the Planning and Zoning Commission and the City Council.
is that it?
As long as it's put in there that I want city council to know that I suggest the 5-year, not the 10, or term or sell of business ownership. Please and thank you.
so I have a motion and a second for the 10-year and termination.
No tenure, just change of business.
Okay.
Change in business ownership, termination of business, or change in business operations.
So I have a motion and a second for the special use permit for change in ownership, parts of business, or change of
Business
venue.
operations.
Okay, so I have a motion, a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Nay.
Nay. We have 3 yeses and 1 no. Motion passes for the special use permit going on to the city council for the coffee shop at 15325 Summit Park Drive, Suite 109.
Thank you.
Okay, item number 10. Consideration and possible action regarding the request to establish a new nail salon at 15325 Summit Park Drive, Suite 106.
Okay, commission members, this is similar to the coffee shop. It's in the same building, just a different suite. Again, it's in the industrial zoning district. Once again, I'll repeat that I find that this is consistent with the comprehensive plan. It's a small scale, low impact. This is for personal service type of business. That I don't feel that it would really impact the other industrial businesses in the area. It's low intensity, it will generate minimal noise, minimal traffic, and it shouldn't interfere with any of the other industrial operations on that site. The the business owners are here if you have any questions for them. And again, same with the coffee shop, I have listed some recommendations. Some of it will be similar to the conditions of the coffee shop. And you can take a look at it and again, modify it, keep it the same way. But yeah, if you have any questions specific to, I believe, you'll probably have a question about the hours of operation for the nail salon. So the business owners are here if you'd like to speak to them.
What are the hours of operation?
The hours of operation are 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, closed on Sunday.
And are they the owners or the lessees?
The lessees, the landlord,
Is the same gentleman? Okay.
same gentleman. He owns the building and the property itself.
And how long do you have it leased for?
5 years.
Years.
You had a question about parking. I calculated this for the nail salon at 6 required parking spaces.
How many stations do you have in the nail salon?
My plan is have 5 pedicure chairs
Yes.
and 5 manicure stations. I'm sorry. Yeah, but I take pretty much appointments. So basically, it's probably like 3-4 customers at the time, no more than that.
Do you have waxing?
Yes.
So those are private rooms in the back?
A couple rooms, but I'm the only one I'm the only technician can do wax
Okay,
and
sorry.
facials.
And what is the square footage of yours?
It's 1,200 square feet.
Okay, I had it written down, but I had it blocked off for another establishment.
And I don't know about the gentleman on the Planning and Zoning Commission, but my daughters have introduced me to the pleasures of having a pedicure. And so I will end up in a pedicure chair and I will reside there for about a half an hour after in that spa massage chair. So obviously not all the chairs are going to be used all of the time.
Yeah.
But I will say this is that, gentlemen, if you haven't had the opportunity, you will have an opportunity coming to the city. And my toes are always nice.
And you're right next door to the coffee shop?
No, they're in suite 106, so you have 2 other suites, 107 and 108, that are currently unoccupied. And then there is the coffee shop at the end cap on suite 109.
How are you gonna light your windows? LED lights, colored lights, white lights?
Probably just, well, I normally put the open sign and close, but I don't have any other ideas for the windows, honestly.
Your building code requires that any windows have a receptacle above the window every 20 feet. So we will comply with that requirement.
And Ms. Tilly will drive around and make sure that that's abided by.
Get your nails.
That's right. Stop and get your nails done, check it out.
Hey, they'll deliver coffee, I'm sure, over to the mail salon.
Yeah, we want to make a line. Keep moving.
Yeah, right.
I make a motion to pass the consideration and possible action regarding the request to establish a new nail salon at 15325 Summit Park Drive, Suite 106. Hours are 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, closed on Sunday. It's leased for 5 years, and they're interested in a special use permit for that purpose. Again, we will also consider the 5-year special use permit or term or sale of business ownership.
Okay, we have a motion
I second that.
and a second for the approval or to pass the consideration on the city council for the special use permit for the nail salon at 15325 Summit Park Drive, Suite 106, as recommendations read.
So just a quick question then, all 7 conditions that
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion passes for the consideration of.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh,
Thank you, staff.
Fire Marshal,
Yeah, we will,
Department?
yeah,
You're
we
still doing
will,
yours too? Okay.
yeah, I will handle that.
Okay.
I'm very good friends with Brian Cross, who is
Oh,
the Montgomery County Fire Marshal,
okay.
and Andy knows, so I know
right.
a few people.
Well, thank you so much for all your information. We appreciate it.
Y'all have a blessed week.
Thanks.
Y'all can leave if you want to.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Y'all have a good evening.
Have a good evening.
Okay, item 11, city administrator and staff updates.
You guys got some pictures in front of you of McGowan Street. And I talked to a couple of you last week, or when we didn't have a meeting. So I thought I'd bring it out again, just to give you kind of an update. This is some of the stuff that's going on. McGowan Street, City Council approved changing that to a one-way, which this plan, relies on a little bit. The Raven Fullen house, you can see the gray little house there on the, what I call the north lot, is where that house is gonna be. And then the south lot is gonna be the Liberty tree that's coming. I think it arrived today, actually. We're gonna plant that there. And, a number of things, the landscaping and, of course, this is all just in the pictures yet, but some of this is going to start sooner rather than later. We'll go out to bid for the project on McGowan Street for that. I can let you talk too.
The trees that have a pink ribbon around them, what does that mean?
Well, it depends on which ones you're looking at. We did a tree inventory for all the trees down there, so when
Right on the corner of 105 and 149.
most of those will be gone.
Part of that was for surveying for the downtown business project, as Brett stated, but again, kind of making sure that we're maximizing the trees that we can keep in place, particularly on that southern lot. The northern lot, just because of the house. And
Yeah, they're all going, right?
more than likely.
Yeah, I've seen it. I was like, are they gonna have plumbing and stuff in that house when they move?
Yes,
So that's why, huh?
yeah, exactly. So there's existing water and sanitary sewer adjacent to that property, so they'll just tie in once the buildings move. But again, to make a place for the house, we'll have to knock down.
What about reforestation?
So yeah, a part of that, and we can include it in our scope,
Okay, thanks.
is maximizing again the landscaping, again, kind of beautifying that northern lot. But again, the focal point of that particular lot will be the Raven Fullen house.
And we're in charge of it? If that's our money to spend to make it look good?
It's EDC that's doing this project, but yeah, it's all that.
Okay.
The south lot where we're gonna eventually have the monument and the Liberty tree, we'll have landscaping, and we'll go back with good-sized trees best we can. There are a few of those. I think we've got 4 of them on the northern edge of that we can save. There was a couple of them that were post oaks that were okay. A lot of those are not even good trees with the thorns and stuff on them. They're locust trees, and so, yeah, those will go. But we will landscape it back. It'll look really nice. It'll be walking area. And
could I ask, in this tree planting, that those be spaded in trees with a hydraulic spade, a decent sized tree that can be sanded in correctly and not be something that's going to die in 30 days?
yeah, and actually we're gonna try to save a few of them. I talked to Mr. Cheatham. There's some bald cypresses that are kind of around the old Raven Fullen house, and they're not that big yet. We're gonna see about maybe picking them up and putting them on the lot over there, because they're already established, and bald cypresses can be transplanted pretty easy.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try.
When will we know? When we drive by and there's no trees?
Yeah, you will. But we're gonna move that house probably by August, so we'll do some of that lot clearing in the near future to be prepared with that. We kind of need to prepare the front end of the south lot to where the Liberty tree is gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
2 of those trees are hedge apple trees, so
yeah,
those are gonna be a little tricky to get out of there. They're hard.
Yeah, they are.
I know, do you have a drawing on what this monument, the new monument will look like?
Not yet. The EDC's still working on that. They have a couple of different ideas and they haven't settled yet.
Yeah.
Is that number 6?
I can't remember
It would be number 1.
how much money we spent on that existing.
Oh, here it is. Okay, I'm looking
And it
at
was
it.
not given a lot of forethought. Sure, hope we do better this time.
I think it will be better.
What kind of surface is this, is the street surface gonna be there? In this hash, white hash mark?
The sidewalks,
In the, well, I can't tell what is the street surface going to be here?
for McAllen.
Yes.
So we're confirming geotechnical recommendations so they can provide what they're recommending as far as base material. So it'll essentially be whatever the cost is, the better cost option. And, looking at maintenance, future maintenance, whether it's asphalt or concrete. Ideally, we go back with concrete just because it lasts longer. And, just realizing what asphalt is out there today, we wouldn't want to go back in time with that. But again, if the cost works out to where we can install concrete, we would likely prefer that option.
Have we addressed the utilities in that area? We're gonna concrete these streets?
So we are working through, a part of this project is including storm utility improvements as well as water improvements. So there's an existing 4-inch on the eastern side of McAllen that we'll be upsizing to a 6. And then the storm sewers, there are dual storm sewers, I believe, 24-inch. We're going back with 36-inch on the western side. So we are addressing the improvements to water and storm, and then sanitary was done back in 22, CIP line, all of the downtown sanitary lines.
And these are all stop signs and stuff down there. We're not gonna put lights and stuff, right? It's just like it is now, stop signs, right?
So we'll be working, as part of the, at least phase 1 project, we do have an electrical sub that would be proposing streetlights on McAllen north of Caroline. As far as McAllen south of Caroline, that's up to kind of, comments from staff in the city. That's what we're wanting to do. Ideally, thinking about making it walkable and, pedestrian friendly, I can't see not having lights, whether they're the parking lights for safety or actual pedestrian lighting along those sidewalks.
Okay.
But again, we'll kind of work that out and, get city preference on.
But not traffic light.
Yeah, not a traffic light.
No traffic lights. Nothing as far as any addition. Those would have to be dictated by TxDOT.
Okay.
And the proposed improvements with this project wouldn't warrant any additional traffic lights.
Is there any hope on Liberty Street to get a lighted crosswalk?
We've talked with the, not the We talked to TechStop about that. That actually comes up at our annual meetings almost every time. Their stance on it is that that area of 149 is kind of no man's land. So as far as high priority on their list, you know, I know the police department has reached out to them. We've reached out to them about getting that done. It's kind of just been.
We're living dangerous down there.
I do agree, and that has, again, like I said, come up at every TechStop meeting that we've had with them, trying to get that striped and lit, because street parking there is dangerous and also not necessarily, as they put it, legal. You know, it's kind of just, again, low maintenance, low priority on their list, so it's not enforced, is what they told us.
Well, at least y'all are, or not y'all, but TxDOT is consistent with their response of it's not important right now, it's on the lower limbs, they're not gonna mess with it. But we have spoken to the chief of police and asked, you know, hey, what are y'all doing down there? What do you think we should do? But a place for people to walk safely where the cars have to hit here to whatever it is. I don't even know what you would need, but for someone to cross, because right now it's a chicken race, yeah.
What is the approximate cost of that lit crosswalk?
The paving or not paving, the striping is
The striping and the lighting.
Lighting would be another one, because it would be placed in TxDOT right away. We have to get approval from TxDOT. Again, because it's not priority on their list, they're likely not going to approve it. But very minimal.
Who do we have to get ran over to get it approved?
We'll say, unfortunately, that is kind of how they operate. You know, their CRIS data, making sure that the safety improvements to their intersections is, you know, warranted based on actual data. What we've done, and we're working with staff on this as well, is TxDOT has set aside money with HGAC, and so we're putting a couple of projects in for consideration for funding. One of those being sidewalks along 149 and bike lanes. That was in your comprehensive plan back in 2020. Yes. Again, something, it's not, you know, ideal, but again, any security funding that we can get from TxDOT or HGAC will help in that matter. And those submittals are due later this month, and we're working on finalizing those. Okay.
Earlier when I was asking about the monument, I made a mistake. I understand 1 is the monument. Number 6 is the star monument in flags. That's what I was talking about. Apologize for not using all the wording. Is that going to be like a cascading brick, circular with flowers and the star in the side of it, kind of like what we have in the parks?
Yeah, so if you look at that monument's cross-section on the right side of your page, you'll see it. Again, this is all conceptual, and so just giving you an idea of what it could be. We'll be getting with staff and the city on, you know, again, preference, making sure the dollars work for the budgeted amount of this project. And so, you know, as we're working through phasing and contract documents, cost estimations for this, we'll be finalizing all of that and providing it all with an updated bid set of what this would be.
And maintenance is going to be our public works and stuff like that.
Which is one of the considerations for what that ultimately looks like, because we wouldn't want to hand over something to the city that's a sore and burdensome to maintain.
I like it. My only request would be restriping the John Butler Street.
Yeah.
That, I mean, the stripe's barely there now, and it's currently striped almost one way itself. So I mean, I don't know how traffic would flow there.
Functionality-wise, it is one way. What we proposed and recommended to council is that John Butler would be 2-way. Again, functionality-wise, it does function as one-way just because of the width. But based on, and again, conversations with downtown property owners, Chris Cheatham, looks like that may be going away. We're kind of waiting on John Butler specifically to kind of figure out what he's doing. So kind of dictating what the city can dictate to make sure we're setting precedents for any future development to come.
What's the net add in parking?
Net add, so the parking on, most of your parking from, let me rephrase, parking on adjacent to the northern lot and that northern portion of the southern lot, you're looking at about 12 parking spaces. And again, included in that repaving of McCowan Street from College to Caroline, excuse me, you're maintaining the existing parking in that area. So overall net positive on parking downtown. And again, whenever Chris Cheatham comes in and develops the rest of downtown, we'll have additional parking on top of that.
Sure is pretty.
That's the goal.
That's what we've been waiting on, right?
Did you mention it was going out to bid, or it's still very early?
So we're
May.
Yeah, we're working through progressing to 90%. We're looking to get bid set ready by May. One of the conditions, or not conditions, one of the things that we're working through now is kind of this southern portion that we're looking at from Caroline to 105 and trying to include it within that, within the current phase, which would be Caroline to Clever. Okay. Or College, excuse me.
So that little side street, Cheatham bought all that, the dog washing and the wash tree. That little bitty side street, what do we, it's
John
still.
Butler?
Yeah.
That would be remaining.
Is that John Butler? No, it's that little bitty street in between the white schoolhouse and where the greenery is. People, there's a turning lot there. It's, you can go into the donut shop, past the donut shop, and then you go into that little bitty street.
Yes, so that portion right there, driveway, yeah, it's staying as is. We would have to maintain access for that building.
It's a driveway. There's no parking going to be there.
Not city parking.
Okay, but company or?
Yes, and that will be their existing.
Commercial, okay,
Yeah.
all right. Just, I was looking at it going, is it still there? Because it's not an official name.
No, it's not.
It's just a through street.
That's really the entry to McGowan Street, but we're gonna close off a section of that since we're
That's
doing
right, okay.
it. Yeah. That's why that section in the middle is gone, because there's trees there now.
So yeah, maintaining the access to the commercial property along 105, but then providing access to McCowan either via John Butler or turning off 149 Liberty Street to access downtown.
All right. What are they gonna do with the two stop signs by Yo Mama's Barbecue, and then you go like one car length and there's another stop sign there? Is there any plans on, I guess that is at the end of, is that at the end of John Butler Road?
Coming forward.
It is,
Yeah. We'll, as a part of our package, we're including
All that area?
rezoning, so all of that will be addressed with
All
our.
right, well, thank you.
It's impressive.
Ready for it. So you think 2026?
That's the goal. Yeah, as far as the current scope, it's all city, so we don't have to go to TxDOT for any approvals. The only caveat is that if we add the connection to our improvements for Caroline, we would have to go to TxDOT for the drainage component, which is what we're working with as far as timing and project as that goes. Their DAP system is fairly responsive, again, for TxDOT, so, you know, another 30, 45 days, what we've seen, but that could be 60, 75 easily, based on what we, again, related projects for similar timelines.
Now, will both these, I won't say pages, both these areas of work be done at the same time, or do you want to do?
The goal, if funding and timing works out, would be that we complete this all at the same time. You know, one contractor, one project, less for the city to have to manage, and that's done, again, at the same time. You know, we're working against time clock or shot clock with Raven Bullet House, with that having to be moved by late August, early September. But again, as far as the drafting goes, that minimal, it's really the approvals from TechStop that will hold up any of this.
So how long do you think this whole project will,
so
once you get contract signed?
A month for bidding, and then construction, again, kind of making sure that we're not impacting or minimizing impact to the downtown property owners. 180 days. Again, the paving itself isn't all that extensive. It's the fine detail to the landscape improvements that we'll need to pay attention to. But once we have all that papered up, we'll be sure to provide updates. I know asked Mr. Bill here to be a part of the subcommittee for the project, particularly regarding the community center. Again, as we get more information on that, everybody as far as city, MEDC, council, P&D would all be updated as far as our updates go. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, number 12, refresher training for P&Z and commission members.
That's not with these laptops. Our little books.
All right, Ms. Shelley brought this forward for you so that way we can start kind of being on the same page on information. And if you start on page 82 of your packet, the first thing we're talking about is the new Civic Clerk Agenda Management and Board Portal. And you should have all received an email back on March 3rd giving you a link to the board portal access, which would allow you to have a username and password, which will be your city issued email. And then when you go into that, you'll have to click on change your password or reset your password. It's going to go into Barracuda. You're going to have to pull that out in order to be able to reset your password. Once you do that, it will give you access to the portal. And just to kind of give you an idea of what the portal looks like, if you can see the screen, I have this up on Planning and Zoning and Montgomery Economic Development. We just started this. The portal went live after we posted your Planning and Zoning Commission, but I will use MEDC as an example. This comes in here and you see the agenda. You can click on it and you can download the agenda, or you can download the packet, or you can look through at these individually. You can click on them and you can look at the attachments individually, as well as making notes. So here's your agenda report and your attachments, and you can download them and look at them through that. Or as I mentioned, you can open up your agenda directly from this. So this will give you access to that, so when you're here at the meeting, you have access to your documentation. And you will receive your email notification from donotReply@civicplus.com. That will now have your agendas and your agenda packets attached to that, coming from that do not reply email, in addition to a link that's embedded into the email that will give you access to your portal each time the agenda becomes available, so you can have the option of downloading it or utilizing the portal aspect for your benefit. There is also a portal user guide that was, when I sent that email on March 3rd, that is available for you to be able to go in and maneuver through it to kind of get better understanding of the portal and how it works. If you have any further questions on that, you can always come to the City Secretary's office and we'll be happy to help you. And then the other thing that we have provided for you for tonight is the elected and appointed officials handbook. You should have all received a copy of that. This was adopted on January 13th by City Council, and it is just basic information on boards and commissions that we are handing out to everyone who is volunteering for assistance with the City of Montgomery. And if you have any questions, otherwise that's it for tonight.
I make a motion for adjournment.
Have a motion.
I'll second.
And a second for adjournment of March 16th Planning and Zoning Commission meeting at 7:04. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Meeting adjourned.
Okay.